Welcome back. Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Maria Bartiromo, and I hope you're having a great morning. It is Wednesday, June 10th. It is 8:01 on the East Coast, and we've got breaking news this morning. President Trump just spoke with Fox News' Trey Yingst about Iran moments ago. He told Trey that he, quote, may continue the fighting, and that, quote, Iran had the chance to sign a deal and survive. The president also said he's, quote, getting closer to targeting Iranian power plants and bridges because Iran is tapping the U.S. along. All of this follows the U.S. striking 20 targets yesterday inside of Iran, including ground control stations and surveillance radar sites near the Strait of Hormuz, after President Trump revealed that the regime shot down an American Apache helicopter this week. The helicopter was patrolling the strait. The president told Trey it was a miracle that the two pilots involved made it out unscathed, but they did, and they are safe. Joining me now is U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Matthew Whitaker. Ambassador, great to have you this morning. Your reaction to all of this new fresh targets and fighting underway for this war.
Well, it's good to be with you this morning. What we see right now happening in the Strait of Hormuz and with Iran is that they're unwilling to make a deal. And, you know, President Trump, while he is patient and he is a deal maker and he wants peace, at the same time, he knows that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And that is the starting point. That is the red line. And unlike other presidents, President Trump, when he draws a red line, he enforces it. And if Iran is not willing to make a deal in a prudent amount of time, then he's going to use all of the incredible armed forces in the military that the United States has to get a situation where Iran will make a deal. But this is where President Trump is not going to give 1 inch, and he holds all the cards and will continue to play the cards as he sees appropriate. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got this axis of evil again. This time it's Iran, it's China, Russia, North Korea, and this war that Moscow has been doing on Ukraine. I mean, Moscow issuing a major threat to NATO, threatening nuclear strikes after NATO began a massive multinational air exercise in Europe. Russia claims it wants to ensure security if threatened by NATO. And it comes as one U.S. official says Russia's decision to launch the full-scale invasion of Ukraine has been a strategic disaster, urging them to join peace talks, Ambassador. This war has been now underway for more than 4 years. The two countries ramping up attacks now. How will this ever get brought to an end in your view?
Well, unfortunately, it looks like they're still willing to fight it out. And Ukraine, while they may have had situations where they were maybe on their back foot, they seem to have found some initiative, and they found some creative ways to inflict a lot of damage deep into Russia. But, rattling the nuclear saber by Russia is dangerous and unhelpful rhetoric. NATO exercises all the time, and Russia knows that NATO and our allies are merely a defensive alliance, that we have no intention to be threatening in any manner or way to Russia, but we are going to defend every inch of NATO territory and our allies as we effectuate the Hague defense commitment that we got last year, and President Trump was able to negotiate and get done. The 5% is making all of our allies, including the United States, stronger and more lethal.
Yeah, but what about this threat to NATO from Russia? I mean, a threat of nuclear activity.
Again, it's not helpful. It does not calm the situation. But at the same time, we exercise all year round, and Russia knows what we do. We demonstrate our capabilities. Maybe they're worried that we are a lot stronger than they are. But the bottom line is, suggesting that nuclear weapons are on the table is not helpful and should not be listened to in a serious manner, because we are strong and serious countries, sober and clear-eyed about what the threats are, and we're ready no matter what the danger or what the threat. But at the same time, nuclear threats are ring hollow when they can't even advance on the front line in Ukraine.
Well, the Trump administration is urging NATO, according to reports, urging NATO allies to use defense spending to replace components from China's Huawei in their networks and critical infrastructure. Ambassador, the U.S. has long considered Huawei a national security risk. We know that there is massive surveillance of America, and they use Huawei to do it in some cases. It's excluded its tech from American networks. What do you make of this push for NATO allies to follow suit?
Well, I was there in the first Trump administration in the Department of Justice when we were working on this issue very closely. We were able to keep Huawei out of our critical infrastructure, and all of our allies, should listen to our consistent cautioning on Chinese technology and their firmware that's being updated from Beijing. And they need to invest in resilient critical infrastructure, and they should make sure that they do business with our allies that sell similar equipment and is trustworthy. And I would just, use this opportunity to remind all of our allies and all of our friends that using Huawei equipment makes them extremely vulnerable.
Well, I was happy to see that the Pentagon, the finalized section 1260H, the update, they added 60 additional companies, Chinese companies, to the Pentagon's military blacklist, Ambassador, bringing the total number of Chinese companies on the blacklist to 188. This expansion is important because it recognizes these companies for what they are, which are defense companies that answer to the Chinese Communist Party. Your reaction?
Yeah, well, Maria, we've talked about the threats that China poses many times on your show, and you've been a leader on making sure that policymakers understand what China presents as a challenge to the United States of America and what we can accomplish globally. But, I think this list that you mentioned and the Pentagon's attention to this needs to be heard by our allies here at NATO as well. I'm raising this at the table at the North Atlantic Council often, but, I think some of them still are a little too close and a little too willing to use Chinese technology that, quite frankly, is unreliable. It threatens our ability to have resilient infrastructure that can't be listened to and can't be used for intelligence gathering or fighting us in our way of life.
Yeah, I mean that's the least of it. It could be quite detrimental to those countries. So NATO certainly wants to be aware of that. Ambassador, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Good to see you.
Matthew Whitaker joining us in Brussels. We're just getting started this hour. We'll take a break, and then part two of my interview with Senate Majority Leader John Thune is coming up later this hour. His thoughts on the Clarity Act and the Republicans' chances of keeping the Senate majority. Don't miss that. Plus, we've got the CPI coming out in 20 minutes' time. Could be a market mover. Don't miss it. Dow Industrial's down 400 right now. Back in a minute.